Okay, the truth is out there, boys and girls. The truth is out there. Timeshare lining. Oof, I kind of got tired of that fucking thing, but you know what? The hardest thing in life is to go through with your fucking shit, no matter what. So let's go on through. So when you start the tour, you want to touch the people, right? Physically. Nowadays, you cannot touch them. So very important is eye contact. If you want to have a relaxed eye contact, not thinking too much in the future, not thinking too much, not worried too much about the past or the future, or projecting too much, or having too many different thoughts, like gotta check my email, gotta check my fucking whatever application, maybe somebody messaged me, answer a message, maybe read some news or some article or whatever your hobby is, maybe a video game. So things like that tend to hurt your concentration power. If your concentration power is hurt and you cannot be present to the moment with the people, they see that in your eyes. They see in the way that you behave, that you walk, that you keep attention with them, the way that you ask questions of the people. And in the end, the most important
part... Turn right, then.
What
Turn right.
Fuck. Okay. In the end, the most important part is the connection, right? And you don't want to build any barriers in between, right? So you need the connection to execute the plan that you're going to execute every single time. So what Fernando does is every day 10 minutes of at home random sales video about the basics of sales. And one of the things that I learned is when I started that too, the 10 minutes basis, I remembered that over pitching nowadays can be really, really fucking shitty. Like this fucking, we're number one in everything, blah, 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 blah. And the hype, positive hype energy, like to promote that high vibration for the person to get their vibration up. It doesn't work anymore like that. It seems too much. It's too pushy. Also talking too much. You know, it's better nowadays just say little phrases. Keep your tone higher, keep it lower, right? For that, you have to practice it before, during the day, a little bit. You just need 1 minute, literally. Anyway, so you have the eye contact, you press the hand. Nowadays, you probably do not do that. You just do something like this, like a Chinese thing. And first thing he does is looks at the lady or the guy or whatever and gives a heartfelt compliment like this. Why does it work? Because it's not going to be like this. Hi, how are you doing? My name is Igor. Wow, I like your shoes. No. You cannot be mechanic. You will fuck up everything in one go. Okay? Why? Because you seem like an ass kisser. Nobody really likes. Everybody likes to be ass kissed, using their names, asking about them, how do they feel, what do they think about, etc., 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 right? Their opinions, their standpoints, everything like that. People find that very important. But then what they don't like is, I have no idea what, because I'm a little bit high. Kind of forgot. Okay, anyhow. So all of these lessons that I'm giving right now is really going back to the idea of meditating, being in the moment, and for a guy, if you're a guy going out approaching girls, that really works on your self-esteem. The way that you plan social interaction, and also the way that you use your voice, right, and use your energy, because a woman, you can see, is like very, very sensitive for that. If you do not have the right vibe, right? If you feel a little bit tense or something like that, you don't come off as a guy who's there on a mission, who is the fucking hero of his own movie. Even if it's a stupid movie, he can laugh about that. He can laugh about himself, right? He can make a joke. He can stand, if somebody disses him, he can laugh about the diss in reality. So it's very like in the center. It doesn't gravitate too much to the left or to the right. It can, and it should when you do certain activities, sports, whatever. But projected from yourself, right? And not being pushed from outside forces. Okay, you don't want to be reactive. When people sense that, oh man, oh, you have no idea how much they fucking love you. I'm the most antisocial guy you can ever fucking meet in the fucking universe. I'm like, for more than 10 years, I was almost like mega emo, kind of, it doesn't really matter. Everything has already been said. I'm studying philosophy and political science and playing the piano. Ooh, Anyway, there's much more to it. Without the meditation, without all these voice projections, without all these things that I'm talking about, the first 5 seconds will kill you. Will kill your cell, will kill your personality, will kill the idea that you have a character or interested in them. It will just be crushed. Just like that. So, if you want to have a chance of selling, the first 5 fucking seconds are so important and you have to work on them. Now, one of the things is that not over pitching, be relaxed nowadays, about your voice. And, there's specific things like closing sentences, like trial close. So if we can show you that, which you are interested in, if I can show you that today, would you be interested to hear about it? That's a small question right in the beginning that you can place. But before you go into those type of tie-down questions or whatever, imagine yourself, you're walking past a restaurant, right? And a guy comes out, just you're there with your girlfriend, and the guy comes out running and says, on the menu, here you have, on one is this, on the other one is that. The guy goes like, if you're walking on the street and you're like, what the fuck? I'm not even in the fucking restaurant. So the point is, you have to pitch yourself at some point, right? The way that when you broke the ice within the 5 first seconds and you keep it up and you're relaxed and you're talking about like general things, uplifting themes, maybe you mentioned that you don't go too deep. So it's called fluff talk. You fluff talk a little bit, right? Yeah. So basically that. And before you do the agenda, you should have already broken the ice by the way that you're acting, okay? And by the way that you're relaxed. You're not over pitching, you're not too much energy, not too little. You're what it's called calibrated. Calibration you get when you really start filming yourself, like in a YouTube, okay? Because you realize that a lot of eyes are looking at you, and we're always trying to put up masks. But there's too many eyes for all these masks that you can make, and then you break that away, okay? You break that away and you realize that as long as you're giving the energy, not too much filter, which is coming from you, you can become that great salesperson. You can become that great friend of somebody, right? And you become more friendly. And you become more like somebody who wants to listen to somebody else to pick their energy up, for example. That's one of the things also that's very important, because every single day a new couple is very hard after years and years and years, even though your technique is good, it's very hard to stay stable in sales because you might just don't give a fuck anymore about those people, right? It's just a new, that's a white couple, black couple, old couple, that's an Asian couple, that's a whatever, a bunch of asshole Russians that are just laughing up there, these Jewish guys from fucking New York. I'm a Jew, by the way, so I don't give a fuck. I can say whatever I want. I think I'm Jewish. Anyhow, yeah, so then you go in, you do your agenda, and you can do after the agenda when you're eating with them. You talk a little bit of family, form: family, occupation, recreation, motivation. So what motivates them? what's up with their family. You know, you can mention things. I've heard Fernando say like, my mom does this types of food or that type of food, right? So he starts to remind the people about food, experiences, maybe trips and stuff like that. And also when he tells stories, it's very important. Listen to this. It's very important because I'm just giving little bits of pieces of very important information. When you tell stories to the people, give details. Now, if you look at Joe Rogan, for example, the last show that he had with this fucking actor, I started to notice more and more and more that it's so bizarre. The reason why Joe Rogan is so interesting to listen to, that he has all these fucking stories. You know, he just like, that's exactly what they say in RSD. To be more interesting, or to never stop speaking. You know, when you have trouble speaking to a girl on the street, you know, you don't know what to say, how to never lose that. Well, there's a couple of different ways, and Tyler basically says, once you're high value, you understand that you have value, you are the master of your universe, you know, and you are the main role player of your movie, you can become whatever you want to become. Okay? The other side of the story is that, fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. Shit. It's better to be scripted, I guess. Goddamn. Anyhow, okay. So it's very important to do RSD and understand those things. Okay. So you talk with the people, you remind them about things that you used to eat, maybe that you have a family. You show them that you have a family. You show them that you are a man, that you have a mission, maybe some business plan, or maybe some business that you already opened with your wife or your important one. And you have a great story about why the fuck you came to Mexico, or why the fuck you are at McDonald's, or why the fuck anywhere. A salesman has a great story. Great story has Joe Rogan. Details, a usage of your voice, and a lot of times you can make a joke by saying, for example, it's like a standard thing within a human speech that you can just use to fucking make jokes. For example, I see a thing lying on the ground, and if that thing was not a thing, I would be a philosopher. Whatever the fuck I'm saying, I have no idea what the hell did I just. You know, when you say stuff like that, that's like